here we are for your November 2024 Intuitive Tarot. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of Ultra Love. It's great to be here with you guys. Thanks for your engagement and chat and subscribe and all that. It's just a really beautiful community. I feel really grateful. So, Aries, November, divine guidance and loving clarity for all the people who be gravitating towards this video, who resonate with the Aries energy. Divine guidance and loving clarity for the month of November 2024. All right. Okay, so I'm looking at this spread so far. You guys, you know the score. Take what resonates, leave the rest. You're your own master. These cards have no power over you. We always want to use discernment with our exchanges and all that stuff. So there's some fast moving exchanges happening here, messages coming in, back and forth messaging, emails, text messages, phone calls, even just like chit chat, right? There's a lot of messages coming in. The Two of Pentacle in the reverse would feel to me like we're these messages might feel destabilizing, and yet there's ultimately some healing and transformation taking place, really profound healing and transformation. Radical change with regards to the social circle. There's going to be things we don't see coming here, connected to our social circle and heartbreak, possibly. Like us or somebody in our midst juggling things behind our back, right? Like juggling money, juggling romantic affairs, because the sword is a heartbreak energy. Three of Cups is like friends maybe we don't trust, or friends that we don't resonate, or we're drinking too much, we're partying too much, and some shit goes down, right? That we're blind to. We don't see it, and yet when this information comes in, it changes the game. It's like, okay, I'm done with that death card in the upright. I'm done with that. I can see that for what it is. I'm not going to go back hanging out with those people, or I'm not going to go back to that person that was juggling me with somebody else. Moving forward in your autonomy, Aries, with Chiron that's been transiting your chart, there just would be profound, radical healing and transformation. The Star card with the Death. These are positive aspects that come via usually experiencing pain and hardship and betrayal and stuff like that. And it is painful. We might be blind to it until we're not. We are blind until we see, right? So it's like the Death card is like showing you something that you can't unsee. And the communication, like having it out, like it might feel destabilizing, but again, focus on your individual path forward. Focus on your spiritual connection. Focus on what you know for you in your personal journey, and know that in the moment, right, things can feel destabilizing, and yet that deeper knowing and faith and trust, etc., that we anchor with our spiritual practices, our individuated spiritual connection, that guides us forward through these tumultuous or more painful life experiences. I'm hearing just wait for some of you. Sit, rest, wait, let there be the grieving, let there be the, I'm going to sit this one out, or I'm going to give it a little, just give yourself the space that you need for you, just for you, Aries. Chiron through Aries, North Node through Aries, right? This is like, just for now, make it all about yourself, your direction forward, your sense of guidance, your healing, your knowing of the self, and knowing what you've been through, and knowing the energies that you're letting die. And that's the energies of like being blinded by our own thinking, feeling trapped by our own thinking, and this would be an indication of like denying ourselves and denying our inner knowing, feeling trapped by people, places, and things, feeling trapped by the people that we're choosing to surround ourselves with, pretending like we are trapped there, but then we see it and we're like, oh my God, I can totally liberate myself. I can totally walk away from this situation and be done with it. Be done with hanging out with people I don't trust, or getting involved with people that I inherently don't trust because they're juggling things, or they don't clearly communicate. So when you see what you need to see and can't unsee it and are like, this is what's going on, maybe intuition was feeling things anyway. So you're going to sit this one out and be like, I'm just going to reflect. And there is an autonomous energy, Chariot, Star card, and the Four of Cups are singular. Like, I'm sitting out on my own. I'm going to take a little bit of time for myself before I jump into any new beginning. Okay. So the month of November, there's a lot of integration, healing, clear communication from your perspective. Like, I'm speaking clearly, I'm speaking my truth, I'm speaking what I've seen, I'm speaking some facts or whatever, and you're gonna sit this one out because you're done. You are dying to this heartbreak and betrayal and people you can't trust, etc. phase of life. I will get clarity on that little spread. There's energies around your work life as well. Working hard. Something might feel unfair. I'm getting like well, maybe it's part of the process of healing from everything as well. Like, just focus on the work, but there could be a little phase of working is like you're frustrated, you're just having to put the work in. Nothing feels fair. So some of you might be prompted to take a brand new beginning in your working life. Weighing up your options. Something feels unfair and you're wanting to let it go, but I do get a sense like you're maybe waiting for the right energies or waiting for something to kind of go, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, and I can afford to take a month off, or I don't want to do this anymore, so you know what, I'm gonna get employment, or just make sure some of your bases are covered. But I'm gonna take a break from I need a new beginning. From Aries North Node, you're the starter. You're that energy of newbie, of fool energy. You're the fool energy, right? So you're like being guided, dying to old things, endeavoring to communicate really clearly, sitting stuff out. Again, like really getting clear on your direction forward and sitting out the stuff that you just are like, I don't want to do that anymore, or I don't want to be around those people anymore. I don't want to jump into anything. I don't want to rush into anything. I want to let the new energy, let this rebirth kind of move through you rather than forcing anything. And the Fool is here. So you're definitely like, there. I just feel a bit more of a groundedness rather than a genuine foolishness, right? Like, you're grounded going, I'm just going to allow this new phase to hatch, right? For some of you, there's like a mother wound energy, which I would probably connect to this more profound or like deeper, broader transformation that's happening in your life just through circumstances and often painful. So the Mother of Sword reverse is like the distorted matriarch, or like the false matriarchal kind of divine feminine energy, where we absorbed negative thinking about ourselves, shameful thinking, or like really rigid, really strict, austere, dogmatic, like, but then being the mother, being the one with the wisdom. So you're healing a lot of that distortion and being reborn, Aries. That's another Fool card. Being reborn again via probably a relatively like so there's a double 8, there's a double 3 to 8 years, I want to say, or 3 to 8 months for some of you, but like that, like some sort of pretty substantial timeline of healing, transformation, and death, and healing and transformation and death and rebirth. This is really targeting in the heart of that kind of dialogue is this wounding of the mother wound, right? Like the connection to ourselves, to this earth, to the people in our lives, and the way the generational wounding has impacted us all, and like our ability to heal those threads, right? So pretty dynamic. Why wouldn't it be? Like we're having retrogrades now. There's a bunch of planets next year and the year after moving into Aries. There's big planetary shifts moving into new signs all over the map. So personally and collectively, we're in these times now. Now is the time to take the leap. Now is the time to radically change our lives for the better. And yet what we understand collectively is that change is perceived as difficult. Change will often stir the alchemical field and bring up all the fear, all the doubt, all the worry, all the naysayers, all the etc., right? So very clear message here, Aries, cultivating sustainability. Ooh, that's part of that work energy too, putting the work in. Something's been feeling burdensome, been feeling like nothing's paying off, but there is something paying off, and it's about how you're cultivating sustainability in your life. And it's a sixth house, so it's likely to do with just your day-to-day routines. What are you looking after yourself every day? Are you getting outside every day? Are you really kind of, yeah, just the basics of the day-to-day routines and how we're looking after ourselves in as far as and also of course the work that we do, how we're sustaining ourselves through the day-to-day routines. And that's going to look different for everybody, obviously, but there's certain things that run through for all of us as human beings. Again, the downtime, the rest time is equally important to the active stuff, right? The working life is as important as our social fun time, playtime, and it's a challenge for all of us on some level, somewhere. Every single one of us is usually looking at how to find that life balance, right? The Two of Pentacle reverse. So this would seem to me that for you there's a big shift around recognizing the importance of our community, the people that we surround ourselves with, and not living in denial or entrapping ourselves with people that we know just don't resonate anymore, don't align with us anymore, and making a choice really consciously to step back or take time out or reflect so that we ourselves can be reborn. We are here as one, and yet we are an individuated expression of that oneness. And so that's why empathy and compassion and those qualities are being evoked, are being kind of, more and more people are coming into that heart space, are doing shadow work, are healing the alchemical field, because we recognize the lineage and the ancestry and the impact that has in our cellular field as a being in a body of a species, right? A good friend of mine, we talked about the 100th monkey and how we are all connected, right? We are all evolving. And part of the stark contrast that we're continuing to witness in the external world, to me, is really a continuation of that expansive healing. It's necessary, it's necessary always for that growth. That Tumawati card is very like death oriented, right? Having to really let things die. And so there's something more with this death process, like a rebirth, right? It is connected to your sacral energy or your creative energy, your sexual energy to a certain degree, because that is connected to your authentic power, your soul sun, your solar plexus chakra, that energy of true embodiment, right? Of being able to be led by your connection to source and self. And then let what needs to die. There's something a little bit bittersweet here. I'm going to read the Scorpion energy. Passionate, competitive, tends toward isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. When in balance, wild and free, fierce. When out of balance, jealous, resentful, unresolved. To bring to balance honesty and forgiveness. That's this communication energy, Aries. So whether it's you or other, that level of clarity and honesty to truly express your feelings. If it doesn't resonate, don't resonate, but at least we can put things on the table. So we know, so everybody knows where they're at, and that goes both ways usually to a certain degree. It's just, again, the collective evolution is also a big part of, I want to say, that ushering, the ability that's coming forward now to clearly communicate and be our authentic, passionate self. So that if people don't resonate, then we can be like, good, great, now we know. I own my bit. Like, I could have been more honest. I could have communicated more clearly, etc. But you're wanting to really establish yourself, your sustainability within that self, which is the day to day, and let yourself be guided, possibly on your own for a bit, possibly hanging back. There's a lot of like solitary energy. The Fool, you come up twice, two times. I pulled the Fool card, and there's a reason in this life that we're often pulled into like times of greater isolation, is that there are legitimate things to process, to become self aware through introspection, self-reflection, self-study, right? So we're looking at those areas going, you know what, I could have been more honest. I also was blinded. I also couldn't see. Now I can. So I can make a more conscious choice to be led by my own soul's grace, right? To be led, and knowing that that's connecting to our daily habits and patterns and how we look after our home, the body, the primary home, right? And then I'm hearing something about there's an initiatory experience here for you, Aries. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there. We've pulled from all the decks. Let me know if that resonates with any of you guys. It's always great to engage with you and to get to know you on the comments. And we are on Instagram and TikTok. The dailies get shared on all those platforms. The monthlies are here on the YouTube. Patreons get ad-free first access, weekly readings, and access to all of the Be the Change online courses. And feel free to check out the merchandise and my book. That's a copy of my book there. It's called The Fearless Life Guide. Can you see? Anyway, there it is. The Fearless Life Guide. That's me with my hands in the air giving a peace sign. Alrighty then. Have an awesome day, you guys. Have a great month of November, Aries, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next month. That's December. We're in it. We're wrapping up 2024. I'm not really sure what happened these last 4 years, but we're still here. And I wish you all a really great month and just a benevolent life. Okay, lots of love. Peace out.